Well, aside from network events, I would tell people to focus on building relationships, right? Some people network and they meet people, and then that's the last you hear from them. They're just hoping, hey, hopefully they give me a call. They remember me. No, people remember a person who's in their face. They remember a person who they can trust that has great ethics, So building relationships is the most important part in this field. I feel that if somebody can trust you, they're always going to go with you.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today's guest, Akeem Raji, is a realtor in the metro Atlanta market for the last 3 years, and he made a transition from corporate and music into real estate. He's also working on a program mentoring new agents and investors. Welcome to the show, Akeem.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Now, when we talk about getting into the real estate space and then building your brand and your book of business, it's not always easy transitioning from one career into another, specifically from corporate into real estate. How did that come about for you?
Well, it's something that was always in the back of my mind. We're doing corporate and also pursuing a music career. I had family members who were into real estate. I had an uncle that had a couple properties. Um, Even with speaking with my father, he has real estate overseas. So it's something that was always in my mind. But working corporate, sometimes you can get stuck in that rut of that 9 to 5 and being a W-2 person, that's what I call it, versus a 1099, and kind of just a little bit intimidated about the field. I just didn't think at the time I was able or ready, or I just had the capacity to do it because I had so much going on. But I took that leap of faith back in 2023, and I was like, listen, I'm going to go for it. I see my uncle do it. I see a couple colleagues that I know that's getting into the space and being very successful. So I was like, why not take a chance?
I've had the similar jump that I made, talk about going from W-2 into real estate. And no one really talks about logistically how to do this. Do you burn all the bridges and quit your job? Do you take your real estate courses and try to find a way to do it? For me, it started out wholesaling, and I got a job, another W-2 job in the wholesaling space, but that was my pathway into real estate. How did you manage that bridge from corporate into real estate?
Well, it was step by step. It was gradual. Um, Obviously, I kept my job, but I went ahead and took my classes. I took a 4-week course. I think it was 4 to 6 week course to get my license. After I get off work, I would go straight to class. I would study. And eventually, when I got my license, I just went ahead and just started getting out in the field, calling people. And I was part time at first. And then gradually I started getting better, getting more confident under my wings, and then just learning more about the industry.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
What was that first listing for you? How did you find the first one?
I found it through a colleague, teaming up. Once again, collaboration is the key. If you're a new realtor, make sure you collaborate. You don't feel like you have to know everything, you know? It's all a learning process. It's fun. Make sure you collaborate and get a mentor. So that's how I got my first listing, really with through my first colleague. We had a class together. Um, he's selling his personal home, and then he said, "Hey, you're the only person I really want to be with me on this journey. I trust you. Say, let's team up and market this listing." So yeah.
Actually seen this strategy work in a number of different ways. And I only recently learned about co-listings, right? And I think that this could be a great thing because, especially for agents who are just getting started, right? And you kind of don't want to be alone on the journey. But also, too, I've seen this. I don't know if you've seen this, Akeem. I could almost gift wrap a referral to someone and they might not take it if they don't want to work with someone that's not, a friend or family. They want that
Right.
close before just taking on a new client. But if I have something under a listing agreement myself, the legwork done of the paperwork, they might say, okay, well, let me just hop on there.
Right. Correct. That's exactly how it worked out. Um, and then off of that, I got my first two clients probably last year. My first closing was last summer, and then I had another one 3 months after that, and that was all through a sphere of influence. Word of mouth is probably your biggest bet in this business. Of course, you wanna build your clientele by, things like cold calling, putting yourself out there, marketing, doing open houses, just going to different networking events, passing out your business cards, and just getting familiar with the people. So it's a lot of things that go into it.
Now, when we talk on a granular level about what is networking, and you mentioned sphere of influence, a lot of people using those terms these days. I've seen as well that people can get caught up in being on Zoom calls or going to an event, but it's not translating into business. You've of course done the networking. We're talking here now on the show, but it has translated into business for you. What granular steps did you take, and might you advise others to take so that those networking events that people are doing translate into dollars?
Well, aside from network events, I would tell people to focus on building relationships, right? Some people network and they meet people, and then that's the last you hear from them. They're just hoping, hey, hopefully they give me a call. They remember me. No, people remember a person who's in their face. They remember a person who they can trust that has great ethics, So building relationships is the most important part in this field. I feel that if somebody can trust you, they're always going to go with you.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I think one of the trickiest things about being a newer agent
Mhm.
is for good reason. Sometimes people have this imposter syndrome, feeling, well, why would someone, you know, give me the business here? But I think that's where, when we talk about co-listing, this comes into play because if you did the legwork to go find someone who does need to, list their property or needs someone help representing, right? You can at least be the bridge into someone else on your team or in your brokerage who may have more experience but doesn't want to go facilitate the entire relationship.
Right. I agree with that. So
Now,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
when we talk specifically about this idea of then going from that first listing to then scaling up in the business, and people have these goals, hey, I want to sell 10 homes, hey, I want to sell 20 homes, hey, I've sold 20, now I want to sell 40. You're along that path and you're in the on ramp into a budding career in the real estate space. What has been some of the biggest bottlenecks for you that you've overcome in this time frame?
If you're looking for consistent, high quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
I would say the biggest bottleneck is the market and the economy. Um, it's been a big deciding factor of people who want to buy and people who want to sell. Obviously, we know the interest rates are extremely high right now, and it's a lot of uncertainty. So many things are going on. We got the war, we got this gas prices going on. So I would say trying to combat that, it's just really talking to the folks and educating them their opportunity, and then coming at it from the standpoint, hey, listen, you have this much equity in the home. You've been here for 10, 20 years. It's a lot of equity. You can use this and move on into another property, or just moving on to buy another investment property, or, there's a lot of opportunity in distressed properties as well. Build it up, put it out there, rent it out. Short-term rentals are a big thing now. So I educate them on so many levels of real estate, not just buying and selling, but different opportunities they can come as far as coming in as an investor or turning it into a business as well. And there's a lot of programs out there, the down payment assistance. There's a lot,
Huge.
yeah, especially for first time home buyers. There's a lot of incentives that a lot of new constructions are giving away to buyers to, encourage them to buy more homes. I don't know if people know about this, but a lot of new construction companies and builders are buying loans and buying down the loans into where you can get a buy down. Where opposed to buying a home at the 6% rate that it's at right now, you can get it at 4 or even low as 3%.
Yeah, I mean, the whole buying down and working with a builder who has, some level of in-house financing is a huge benefit to folks. And I think one of the reasons why working with builders is so appealing for many people, frankly, is because people may have this experience of getting turned down potentially
Yes.
from lenders outside of new construction, even with, first time buyer incentives and down
Mhm.
payment assistance. People have this experience that can be very frustrating for folks. And on top of that, I know you see this because I see it too. You have a lot of realtors who, frankly, feel like they've graduated from working with first time buyers and don't want to work with first time buyers longer.
Yeah, that is very true. Me personally, I'm open to it. I don't think I'll ever get to a place where I'll never work with a first time buyer. I see everything as an opportunity, and like I said, we're in the business of serving people, whether you look at it or not. Real estate, you're serving people, so it doesn't matter if they're a first time buyer or this is their second or third rodeo. You should treat everybody the same. So it's a career of service, and you're giving back and teaching.
I think one of the things that becomes challenging for both buyers, first time buyers, more
Mhm.
established buyers, and then uh, realtors is that you do have this thing where it's like, okay, I don't want to have to go through this process. When was the last time that I bought or sold a home? Or this may be the first time if you're looking at the buyer perspective. And then realtors feel like I'm selling X amount of homes or I'm getting burnt out. I want to go do something else. And I think really there's a way to make everybody happy, but it's probably doing things a little bit differently than have been done previously.
I agree with that. I feel like in this business, you gotta learn how to innovate, right? And there's so many opportunities within real estate. So you can venture on to being a commercial, going into commercial. Like I said before, short time rentals, going more into an investing side of the things instead of just being the realtor. You can always do that. I've been entertained with the fact of somebody asking me, "Hey, will you ever start your own brokerage and have realtors under you?" You just kind of just delegate and oversee everything. So it's so many things you can think about. And even this platform right here that's dedicated to realtors and investors, I can turn to media and just teach and use that platform to teach other upcoming realtors the way to go in their journey and help them out in their steps. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you mentioned getting into investing, when I got in as a realtor, I was half expecting every realtor to be thinking like an investor. What I then realized is most realtors are not involved in that realm at all. And it's actually a very small segment, a niche of real estate agents who are at all interested in investing or working with investors.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
I agree. I think a lot of realtors kind of get discouraged when working with investors because it's a different realm, right? Versus a buyer, you're doing more of the guiding. You're guiding them through the process. You're the one that's educating them. Then when you're dealing with an investor, they already know what they want. They're stern, they're firm on what price they want to pay or what price they want to sell their property at. So it's more of a I guess I don't want to say battle, but it's more of dealing with the back and forth between the person who owns the actual property and the person who's trying to buy. Because the investor's always going to try to look for a deal.
I do want to pivot a bit here, Akeem, ask you about the metro Atlanta market where you're based out of. Seen actually a lot of investors in Atlanta reach out to me.
Yes.
And I've had a number of different folks asking, hey, do I know anybody in Texas or do I know anybody in Atlanta? It does seem to be a major hub of investing, really
Yeah.
in all segments.
Yes, there's a lot of investment going on. It's a lot of flipping, a lot of distressed properties, a lot of buying and flipping. They're building up a lot of areas here in Metro Atlanta, being that we have the World Cup coming in this
Oh,
summer. So
wow.
that's a big thing. So a lot of people are coming in, investing in a lot of neighborhoods, just revamping Atlanta to where it was and just kind of cleaning up certain areas. But I would say there's a lot of investments going on, especially further out of Atlanta. You see places like maybe an hour or so out, like places like Noonan, you got Douglasville, you got Dallas. A lot of those places, new constructions, they're getting older homes, they're renovating them, so it's a lot of stuff going on.
Now, if we can get a little granular here, give away some gold for the audience. You mentioned kind of the urban sprawl of Metro Atlanta. If you were potentially looking at, making an acquisition in one of those, expanding markets, where might you go? You mentioned a couple cities or a couple towns. And
Mhm.
then also too, what might be the expected acquisition price if someone was, let's say, looking to buy a distressed property in one of those markets?
I would tell somebody to go to West Atlanta, the west side of Atlanta. A lot of stuff is being built there pretty fast. A lot of businesses are moving to that area. Um, I would say the expected price, if you were to get a distressed property that you want to put some money into and fix, you'll probably be starting at anywhere from the mid 100,000s going into the lower 200,000s because of the potential of the comps in the area and how fast they're building up.
Yeah.
So your initial investment will probably be around, yeah, the 100,000s going into the 200,000s. And I would also look into Noonan, which is a city that's probably like maybe an hour outside of Atlanta. A lot of people are moving down there. It's a lot of more cost efficient people who are looking for more of a, I guess, bargain for more land and more house. And that's a great place that's building up right now. Yeah.
We are coming up on time here, Akeem. Any new projects that you're working on? And then as well, what's the best way for folks to reach out to you?
Yes, sir. I am working on a coaching program right now that you guys will see in all my platforms. This is basically one-on-one coaching for different realtors that's just coming into the industry, people who are looking to transition from one career to another. I'm here to motivate. I'm here to coach you guys to actually teach you and give you the mindset to actually transition and pivot the right way. Um, for any questions and extra information, you can reach out to me at Raji underscore the the underscore realtor. That's my Instagram. You can look me up on YouTube, Raji the Realtor as well. Those are both my main platforms where I kind of just push all my projects, all my informations, and my upcoming listings.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.